Oh, hi, I'm Greg.
And I'm Mary, and this is Greg and Mary's RV Adventures. And did you notice? This truly is Greg. He finally got a haircut.
It was long, and it was a couple really hot days, and I just couldn't bear it anymore, so we stopped at a little barber shop. Can I say where?
Yeah.
Pocahontas, Arkansas.
Pocahontas, Arkansas.
Yeah,
we
neat
were
little
there
town.
yesterday.
You'll see about that in a couple weeks. Yeah, I got a haircut there, and
Yeah, our videos are always a couple weeks later than it actually is. So we always try to get them done maybe 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah. So that explains also why we're very confused about what day of the week is, what month it is, where we're at, where we came from, and all that. So that all comes into play.
But anyway, getting back to this.
A video. Well, we left Foss State Park in Oklahoma, and we're traveling to Central Park at Lake Arcadia in Edmond, Oklahoma. You want to say anything about what we did here?
Oh, and we went to Oklahoma City, which is a really fun place. Yeah. We would like to come back here with a lot of friends and all. It would be a fun place to hang out. We went to Bricktown, which is a kind of like
Antonia's Riverwalk.
Yeah, it
sort
was
of like that. They're building it up.
Yeah. And then we went to a Cowboy museum, which right up my alley.
We budgeted 2 hours for that museum. There's 2 wings. We hurried through the first wing. That would be another one that we would want to go back and see. Pretty extensive. And we only have 2 more stops in Oklahoma before we get into Missouri. Both those will be on our next video. It'll probably be a very short video because one was a harvest host and the other one was not. So you have to pay attention and come back and see.
Come back next week and see that one. And we try to put our videos out just for those of you who are interested in continuing to follow. Usually Saturday mornings is when we put our next video out. So maybe mark your calendar.
Mark your calendar.
So on Saturdays you check YouTube or Facebook.
Or put it on your Google calendar.
Put on your calendar. Put the reminders out there.
Right. If you're really desperate for entertainment, do that. So, all right, we better quit here, dear.
Okay.
All right, guys. See you on the flip side. Okay, bye.
Okay, another quick follow-up.
Luke, I'm sorry. I tried it. It was just too hot. So I only lasted, a couple weeks with it. So.
Couple months, dear.
Was it? Oh, yeah, I guess it was a couple months since the last haircut. It was in Arizona. I think I had my last haircut. All right. Sorry, Luke. Maybe next time, buddy. Bye. We left Foss State Park, a couple miles to I-40, taking I-40 east all the way to Tulsa. And there we're going to get on to I-44 just for a short bit. Although I have a GPS, I have a better navigator.
In 1 3/4 miles, keep left to I-40 east, then exit left.
9:10. It's just showing one lane.
See what I mean? Off of I-44 on Oklahoma 66 heading east, just a short drive to the camp area.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at 7900 East 2nd Street, on the right.
I think so.
Central State Park has 4 different parks, including up to 140 campsites. 3 different types of campsites. You can get full hookups, primitive campsites, which means no water, no electric, and you can get regular campsites, which include electric, but community water, which you'll see a little bit later on in the video. We had full hookups and our site number was 506. We're heading into the regular campsites. Each campsite has electric, but the water supply is a community pump. There's probably 5 or 6 different spigots throughout this camp area, and people get hoses, some of them up to like 100 feet, maybe even longer, from the community pump to their RV. I've never seen anything like it. Hope I never have to use that.
Arcadia Lake is a pretty big lake. It has about 26 miles of shoreline. The lake was created in 1984 by an earthen dam on the Deep Fork River, begun in 1980. The lake was constructed as a cooperative effort between the City of Edmond and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. It was created to control floods in the Deep Fork Basin River, supply water to the City of Edmond, and provide recreational resources to the surrounding communities. The National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum is a museum in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with more than 28,000 Western and American Indian artworks and artifacts. The facility also has the world's most extensive collection of American rodeo photographs, barbed wire, saddlery, and early rodeo trophies. Museum collections focus on preserving and interpreting the heritage of the American West. So enjoy the photos.
Here's a sample of pictorial history recorded on an animal skin.
This was one of my favorite parts of the whole museum. It's the display for the Western, TV, and movies, dating back to the silent movie days, which I'm not familiar with, but some of my favorites that I still watch, like Gunsmoke. It's still one of my favorite Westerns.
In next week's video, we stop at the Will Rogers Memorial Museum in Claremore, Oklahoma. Very interesting place. I would suggest you stop if you're in the area and visit the museum. Well, Mary's favorite Western was there. Mine was not. Shane with Alan Ladd. Shane, come back, Shane.
Located in the heart of downtown Oklahoma City's entertainment district, Bricktown water taxis guided tours offer a unique viewpoint for all visitors. Riders get an up-close look at the canal's many attractions, including historical monuments, colorful murals, and local landmarks. We did the tour and it was pretty cool.
Places to eat, lots of cool stuff to do here in Oklahoma City. Some fantastic artwork. The canal opened up in 1999, so we're getting ready to celebrate our 25th birthday on July 2nd of this summer. So we've been here about 25 years. This was a big dirt field at the time. It had some grass and some trees. None of this existed. When they built the canal, it was the only thing down here in Lower Bricktown. They called this part of the tour the imagination part of the tour. Yeah, because you had to use your imagination. So there's some neat places.
The Oklahoma Land Rush of 1889 was the first land run into the unassigned lands of former Indian Territory, which had earlier been assigned to the Creek and Seminole peoples. The land run started at high noon on April 22, 1889, An estimated 50,000 people were lined up at the start seeking to gain a piece of the available 2 million acres. The unassigned lands were considered some of the best unoccupied public land in the United States. The Indian Appropriations Act of 1889 was passed and signed into law with an amendment by Representative William Springer that authorized President Harrison to open up 2 million acres. The heroic size statues that show the force of the settlers coming into Oklahoma City to claim land was designed by Paul Moore. The last piece features 2 children on a horse who were styled after Moore's grandchildren.
These sculptures were massive. The first Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill restaurant opened in 2005 in Oklahoma, Keith's native state, in Oklahoma City. It operates as a full-service restaurant with large bars in the shape of guitars. It primarily serves American cuisine, especially Southern food. They regularly have live music with local performers. During his lifetime, Keith made many surprise visits to the bars. I got the barbecued ribs, and they were probably the best ribs that I ever had. Fall off the bone delicious. And we both bought shirts at Toby Keith's place.
The Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark opened in 1998 in downtown Oklahoma City's Bricktown Entertainment District. It is the home of the Oklahoma City Dodgers, the AAA affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Chickasaw Ballpark was voted the 3rd best AAA ballpark in the country last year. It was really nice.
There was also a small museum in the ball stadium. It recognized Oklahoma's athletes. I didn't recognize many of the names. 3 that I did, though, were Johnny Bench, Jim Thorpe, and Mickey Mantle. It's time for the 2024 Farmer's Almanac Tip of the Week. And this week, I'm a little sad to say that this will be the last week for a Tip of the Week from the Farmer's Almanac. Greg and I have a new topic that we're going to start discussing with you beginning at next week's video, so stay tuned for that. But final words on the Farmer's Almanac from me is if you've enjoyed the tips that I've been sharing every week with you, I would suggest you go out and you buy yourself a Farmer's Almanac. There is a plethora of information in here, from down to the weather. It gives you the weather for specific areas of the country and specific months or days so that you can keep track of if it's going to be a rainy day or a sunny day. Also, there's a big section on astronomy. So if you're really into the stars and the sky and the eclipses and all of that information, this is the book for you. There's a lot of information in that. Gardening is another topic that's very big in the Farmer's Almanac, and they actually have a whole section on gardening, straight down to like what crop you can plant for your area, the best time to plant it, the best crops that grow in your specific area, and it is specific to where you live. So it could be Florida, Southeast, Southwest, or wherever. And finally, they have a list of the best things to do. Which day is the best for you to do a specific task? As simple as going to get your hair cut, and it tells you the best day to go and get your hair cut. So with all of this information in the Farmer's Almanac, I would suggest, if you really liked the tips of the week, that you go and you purchase one. Now don't forget, stay tuned next week for our new topic that we're going to be starting. And I think you're going to like that also. So thanks for watching.
While we were putting together this video, we noticed somebody in the background. I think he's going to be with us from now on.